the New Year's special.
Yes,
Sonic the
indeed.
Hedgehog Part 3.
Now
Rick
we
Sanchez
are.
versus the Doctor. And Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yep. And now we're actually live. For real, for real.
No cap. Currently
Uh,
attempting. Currently attempting to load Twitch. God fucking damn it.
well, now I gotta go through all the channels that I post the promotion. So, so just remember one thing, and one thing only.
Waiting my whole life for just one. What?
By the way, so yeah, I just gotta go through and oceans, and yes, we have experienced technical difficulties, people. Oh, and I'm gonna have to go and delete the initial stream that I tried this on because OBS decided it didn't want to work anymore. It said, "Nope, I don't feel like doing this anymore." Crash. Like your car. Yes, Goku. Like my car. How did you feel about the abridgment of that special? The Christmas Tree of Might?
I like that one.
Now.
It's one of those hilariously absurd premises that we can have for a
Now, let the Yuletime celebration begin. Deck the halls with sounds of metal. Fa la la la
fa
la
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 la la
la
la.
la la la
Tis
la.
the season
Tis the
to be
season to
brutal.
be brutal. Fa la la
Uh,
la 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 la.
And then that one rando kid just gets crushed by a car. I'm like, okay then, moving on, I guess.
Moving swiftly onwards. I'm sorry, we're not watching Infinity War again. We're. Excuse me. Excuse me, Twitch. There we go. I didn't want YouTube, I wanted Kick.
So anyway,
Kick me
pre
back! Kick me
previously on
back!
previously on Persona 4 or the Golden, we had rescued worst girl Yukiko Amagi. I will not
Hello,
apologize
ladies and gentlemen.
for
Welcome
that.
back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Yep.
Today I'm back to Starstruck Vagabond with my psycho wife and my brain-dead sidekick. And I've got my sweet Hulk Hogan mustache.
Yeah, the funny thing is that totally not Mark ended up growing a mustache.
Yeah. I have a mustache in real life, but it is not nearly as impressive as the Hulksters.
I am half tempted to just tweet out a post of which mustache would win in a fight. I mean, totally not Mark's or the Stash of God from Bleach.
Hmm.
Anyway, so the rain doesn't seem to be letting up this morning. How peculiar.
Oh, like the rain from yesterday. What the hell is that?
Hi, GA. You know, it's a shame I don't get to date you in this playthrough because you were actually one of the better waifus.
Ah! Well, well, considering I don't think we've ever done anything together, Or I have a feeling that we didn't really do either of those, so, you know. Okay. There we go.
All right, Alex. Looks like we are going to help our little one develop with their social self-esteem issues.
Innuendo? No, in her endo.
Who wants to help me with my self-esteem issues? You decided to join drama instead. No, Senpai!
Senpai unfortunately did indeed notice her, and did not have enough sense to not take her back to the ship with him. He leaves a perfectly good carrot cake out in space.
I'm so sorry.
There was a new update for this game today. I haven't looked at the patch notes to see what that might entail, so I am willing to be pleasantly surprised.
Senpai.
I'm gonna run back and grab that carrot cake. And get back to breaking up this shit. Oh my god, more carrot cake.
Alright, we helped our with the social link.
Why are people just leaving money and food out in the middle of you know what, I'm not gonna question it. People do this shit in real life.
Welcome.
They just find, like, perfectly good shit.
Sorry,
Like
Nanako.
canned goods. People throw away canned goods all the time. I don't know why. People with more dollars than sense, as my dad likes to say.
Sorry, Nanako. I'm not interested in hanging out with you.
It's fuel. Which means it's coming back to the ship with me. Now, I rewatched Big Trouble in Little China recently. It was part of the dojo's movie night on Saturday. And I couldn't help but notice that there are a lot of films these days, because I'd seen Big Trouble in Little China probably more like 10 years ago now. And I couldn't help but notice that there are a lot of films that try to recreate the comically clumsy hero thing that Big Trouble in Little China does, but they do it so poorly. Because Big Trouble in Little China is a great movie with some downright hilarious performances from all involved, you know? Kurt Russell is amazing, everybody else is amazing. Funny enough, Gerald Nakamura from Samurai Cop shows up in the film. You probably don't know who that is, so I'm going to explain. There's this movie called Samurai Cop, which is about what you think it is.
A cop who is also a samurai?
Yes.
Wow, how did I guess that?
Yeah, so he like spent some time over in Japan, and they made him a samurai, and he returned to San Francisco to be a cop, or it might be Los Angeles. I can't remember. It's irrelevant what city it is. Point being that he is samurai and cop, and
how peculiar.
Yes, and Gerald Nakamura plays the bad guy in it, and he's one of the bad guys in Big Trouble in Little China. And one of the defining characteristics of Big Trouble that a lot of people have brought up over the years is the fact that Jack Burton, and while he is the focus character, he is not not really what people would call the big damn hero, as it were. Or like that's Wang, the other guy, the guy he makes the bet with, and that leads to their Oh god damn it!
Are you Colonel Wang? Yes, I am Colonel Wang. May I touch you? It's funny because Wang means penis. Please tell me you've seen
It's funny because Wang means penis.
Please tell me you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged for that joke to work.
I have seen all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged multiple times.
Belial, Behemoth, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer. What? That's a thing.
Yeah, hang on. Starboard fuel supply insufficient. But... It says that there's an engine fault. I wonder what that means.
It means a lot of
Doesn't appear to be any...
Alex.
Doesn't appear to be any problem in here. It's probably outside, given what we see there. Go ahead and... Oh, there's plenty of fuel over there, so let's put it over here. Oh yeah, new episode of The Boys. So you know how Simon Pegg is Huey's dad?
Yeah, what about it?
Okay, well... so, you know, the character of Huey Campbell was based on Simon Pegg's appearance in the comics. And so they wanted to get him to play Huey in the movie. Then 20 years passed, and, well, more like 15 years passed, and, Simon Pegg was too old to play the role anymore, and they decided instead to, cast somebody else and make him Huey's dad. Makes perfect sense, but he was only really prominent in Season 1. He had a brief, like, voice-only cameo in Season 2. Then he returned in Season 4, and, they, the character had a stroke, and he was essentially brain dead, which is great, because now we get to introduce Huey's mom, who abandoned them, and, you know, all that bullshit. And they, there we go. And they have this little issue with her, because she's got power of attorney over Huey's dad. And so Huey goes and gets Compound V from A-Train. At the end of the previous episode, Huey was weighing up whether or not to do it, and then his mom just went ahead and did it. And, so Hugh Campbell Sr. spends all of about one episode being kind of okay, and then he runs around and killing a bunch of people before Huey and his mom give him the lethal injection at his own request. So congratulations. Well, you wasted one of the funniest comedic actors of all time. Absolute genuine brilliance of a performer on doing absolutely fuck all this season. Granted, his performance was great, and this episode it was made all the better for the fact that he was in it and he gave the performance that he did. But I can't help but feel a certain crossover between the latest episode of The Boys and the recent presidential debates, because Huey's dad reminded me quite a lot of Joe Biden.
More fog, huh? There's been a lot
in
of
that his brain doesn't function correctly and he can't remember shit.
What did I say about changing the channel without asking?
Is that a little bit too on the nose? The show is certainly attempting to be like that, but, well, the show is not achieving that. Really, like, the best parts of this episode, this season thus far, have been the stuff with Huey and his dad, Huey and his mom, Huey and A-Train, and, obviously the stuff with Homelander. Because Homelander went back to the lab where he was made, and they contradict a few things about what happened with him, because originally he was supposed to be a test tube baby, and
how about it?
Now they said that they implanted Soldier Boy's, they implanted the embryo inside a, some teenage runaway, and he burst through her when he was born, the way Ryan burst through
we can go there anytime. Come on, girl.
Rebecca,
time for bed.
When he was born. But problem, as far as we knew, back in season 3, in the episode titled "The Only Man in the Sky," which is a quite good episode of the show, despite all the rest of that season's flaws. Homelander stated that he'd been poured out of a test tube, essentially. He didn't know what his birthday was, but if he came out of if he exploded from the womb of a teenage runaway that they paid to be a surrogate, well, you'd know what day he'd been born.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
at the farm, so at this farm that's owned by Giancarlo Esposito, well, aka Stan Edgar, who is the best character in the, aka Gus, the best character in the series.
Good morning.
Oh great, Yukiko's back. Yay! I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Gus,
coming to school again, so
Gus's adopted daughter, aka
caused everyone some real trouble. I'm sorry.
Victoria Newman.
No.
Hang on, I'm getting a phone call.
Sorry isn't quite right. What I mean to say is, thank you.
You're welcome.
My mother's back to work already.
Cool.
The maids are being really supportive, and I think things are going even smoother than before.
How can you
I
be
wonder
sure
if
of
I
that?
was trying too hard. I may have been too caught up in the idea that I had to do everything myself. Ever since the incident, I feel like I can think about these things more calmly.
Can you now?
But it's still kind of embarrassing. You guys saw everything, even the things I didn't want to admit.
Yukiko, we did not see your cooch, so I think we didn't see everything.
I'd like to believe that.
Yukiko!
Oh, it's TA! Well, I'll
The only
talk to you
thing
later.
I'd ever be looking forward to in a Persona 4 remake. Amanda Winley no longer voicing Yukiko. That would be a dream come true. Early morning to morning. And now, after school...
Sorry to keep you waiting. The soba's yours, right, Chie?
Thanks! Oh, that smells so good! These instant noodles are just the thing to help me through club. How much longer do I have to wait on this?
It still needs a few minutes.
So why are we here? Oh yeah, we were gonna ask Yukiko what happened.
Yukiko-san, I hate to bring up stuff you'd rather not think about, but I need to ask you again. Did you recall anything about when you got kidnapped?
The answer is no.
No. I thought I might remember.
How did I
something if let
guess?
it
It's
sit for a
almost like
while.
I've played
But
this
as time
game
passes, it
before.
only gets hazier. I think the doorbell rang at the entrance, and someone called for me.
Then he whacked me over the head with a giant sack of potatoes. But it wasn't actually a sack of potatoes. It was a stuffed golden retriever plushie. He called it a
But
sack of
when
potatoes.
I woke up after that, I was already.
I
in the
don't
castle.
understand why.
I'm sorry.
No, you're
No
not.
need to apologize. But does this mean her visitor is the culprit?
Dun dun dun! No.
I don't know. If it's true, then that's one daring criminal. What kind of killer would ring the doorbell? The police are probably looking for witnesses, but I don't think we can expect much from them. As if the culprit wore bright yellow clothes at the scene of the crime.
No, the culprit is just some weirdo who thinks himself to be better than everybody else and is just so jaded.
I wonder why whoever it is would do stuff like this.
It's simple, Chie. He wanted that sweet chin music.
We won't know until we confront him ourselves.
That's not gonna be for a while, Mr. Yosuke Hanamura.
But we can be sure of one thing. It's no coincidence that people keep ending up in that place. Someone on our side is definitely kidnapping them and throwing them into the TV.
No! Really? You don't say, Yosuke! What's next on the Captain Obvious
It's murder, all
list?
right.
Nah, it's not murder.
Oh yeah, we never told you. This guy and me are gonna catch the culprit ourselves.
Fuck. You were not.
The police are out of their league on this case, but we got personas.
Yeah, but it's just us four.
Oh, okay.
I'm helping out too. I can't believe someone would throw people into a place like that. I'm gonna sock whoever's doing this.
Chie, you're more of a kicker than a puncher.
Chie. Let me help too. I want to know why this is happening. Especially if someone hates me so much they want to kill me. I don't want to run away from myself
We don't
anymore.
hate you to that degree, Miss Winley. We hate you enough to tell you to stop, doing things related to Ava. After all, you are the
Alright.
reason why End of
Then
Ava
let's all work
sucked so
together and
much
catch
in the
this
dub.
asshole.
Agreed.
I'm not so sure on that. Rank up.
But how are we gonna find them? We don't have a single lead yet.
We could always.
I'm the third one to be targeted so far, but I have a feeling this isn't the end of it.
Well, no,
If we had an
duh.
idea of who might be targeted next, wouldn't we have an advantage over the killer?
So we'll outsmart them, huh? Yeah, that might work.
Except...
Okay, so let's see if we can figure out what ties the victims together. First, there was that announcer, Mayumi Yamano. Second was Saki Konishi, senpai. Third was Yukiko Amagi. What do they all have in common?
I mean...
Bingo. Plus, they're all women.
How dare he target females? Now that's unforgivable. The culprit's gotta be some kind of pervert.
He's gonna hear this and be like, you know, maybe I was being a little too predictable, if you will. I might think about throwing in a dude.
Also, what about this? The second and third victims had some sort of connection to the first one.
Hey, that's right! Yukiko and Saki-senpai both had connections to that announcer!
That's true. Then, does that mean females connected in some way to Miss Yamano's case are being targeted?
I think that's a safe assumption for now. There's another angle we can take too. If
And
another
that is...
You think they'd be on that midnight channel?
Well, yeah.
That happened right before Yukiko was kidnapped too!
Yeah, it's hard to tell who at first, but what's important is, it's happened before the victims disappeared. Kinda like a ransom note.
Dear family, we've kidnapped your child. Here's the amount of money that you need
We
to
still
forward
don't
to
know
our
why
accounts.
that happens, but we'll have to rely on it for now.
The next time it rains.
By the way, aren't those done by now?
Whoa, that's right! Chow time!
Hey, could I try just a little bit of that? Just one tiny bite?
No!
Hands off the soba, pal! Go get your own if you want some!
Yeah.
Okay. Just one bite, got it?
Do you want to try some?
All right, I'm back.
It's
Sorry about that. I had a phone call to take.
So...
So, anyways, they're trying to find this virus that from Gen V that'll kill soups, right? Never mind the fact that that's kind of a strange concept in the first place, but you know.
Yosuke, hey, I'm sorry, but
We'll
you're
get
on your
there.
own, buddy. Yeah, I'm sure you could take both of these girls on by yourself.
Oh, wait, stop! I'm sorry! I'll buy you steak! It'll be on me! You hear me?
And
Steak?
so the show briefly turns into Resident Evil when they use Stan Edgar to try and figure out where Victoria Newman is doing her experiments with the virus, the soup virus
Well,
thing.
as long as it isn't too fatty.
And turns out she was doing it at his farm, and they gave it to a bunch of farm animals.
Oh, you're talking about that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen the thing with the flying sheep.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, it turns into Resident Evil, except that the characters are slightly
You've got a pony
less
up too.
less
You're just
well
as
armed
much
and
to
less
blame.
good at what they do. And the thing about the sheep is like, I don't, because they gave all the animals Gen V, they don't, not Gen V, Temp, they gave them like Temp V and Compound V and shit like that. They wind up being able to fly and they're immune to bullets and shit like that. It's like, you remember back when they were, like, given, like, one superpower from stuff like that? You know, it was kind of a big deal that Homelander had a couple, Soldier Boy had a couple, fucking,
Man, talk about
Starlight had...
We just started
She
serving
had
grilled
one to
steak
start
today.
with. It was the
We're doing
light
our part to
electricity
spread this
thing, and
town's
then it
specialty
turned
dish.
into
Plus,
her
That's just a yakisoba
being able to
griddle.
fly if she used enough of it,
Oh, well.
and which is,
Steak is steak.
you know,
It's far
no, you
from a
can
filet
do
steak,
that.
though.
It's just
Yukiko, are
really
you okay
impressive
with
that
this?
she
Not
could.
too heavy for you?
You
I'll
know,
eat it.
there were limits to
I'm
things,
still
and now
mad.
just randomly having
So back on
really
topic.
hyper powerful
Wonder what kind of person
animals
the culprit is.
with the fucking Compound V shit. I feel like we're losing the plot
focus
somewhat, but
just
then
on the
again,
announcer's case,
and this
it
show
seems like a
lost the
revenge
plot a
thing.
long time ago, and we're kind
Maybe
of
it was
just
her lover's
wondering
wife.
where we're going at this point.
But Misuzu Hiragi had a solid alibi, didn't she? And it seemed
Yeah, no,
like she was
the stuff
already
with
separated
Homelander,
from her husband.
going
Really?
through his
I know an
traumatic
awful lot about
childhood and destroying all the people who made him into the
Okay,
monster
what
that he
about
is
the
today.
second
That was
case?
pretty good.
Saki-senpai. She found the announcer's body.
And
Assuming the
he's
same person
the funny
killed them
thing
both,
is he's
then why
actually
target
kind of
senpai?
like he's kind of trying to be a better father to
I
Ryan,
think so too.
which is bizarre. Like, it's bizarre to see him
Maybe she
doing
found
what
a
he's
clue or
doing
something
with
about the
Ryan.
culprit.
And because I understand that, you know, he is teaching Ryan and to look down on others and be, you know, be as just as much of a stuck-up son of a
But the
bitch as
killer
he
just
is,
threw the
but he's
announcer
also
into
doing it
TV,
in such a...
right?
Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
In such a Jesus
Honey,
fucking
you
Christ,
couldn't-
guys.
Honey, you couldn't smash the slime monster.
I don't
They
think
literally
you've
have
left
1
evidence the
HP.
police, much less a high school student, would catch.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hurt myself picking up a shiny
Yeah,
stone.
I thought the
Story of my
countryside
life.
would be a snooze.
You know,
It's proving to be a lot more
we were just
exciting than I
talking
thought.
about this case involving the killer, and wouldn't you know it, the killer is right there. I know, I'm already spoiling the plot of a well over 10-year-old game, but what can you do?
Oh,
Am I
they
right?
updated the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just
Adachi,
took
you're
I
not
just took
being
delivery
subtle.
Huh? Isn't he that detective?
another replacement guitar. So I've gone through
Hey,
3
you were at Dojima-san's.
EVH Wolfgangs. Not because I've been
Right.
breaking them, but because they've shown
This is
up
great
in
timing
various
after all.
states of disrepair. And
Dojima-san said that
you
he'll
know,
be leaving work
when
on
you buy a
schedule
new
tonight.
instrument,
Did you
it's
pass
not
that on
supposed to be
tonight,
like
John?
that. And so I've got I got one from Pro Audio Star.
Yo,
That
Adachi,
was
Dojima-san's gopher. I mean,
it
his
was
partner.
fine as far as it played, but it had this big crack
you
at the
this
bottom of
busy
the neck
every day?
joint, which isn't good.
Huh?
So I got one from
Well,
Sweetwater.
Public seems to be
That
getting
was
in charge
fine
of
as
these
far
cases,
as the
but we
neck
can't leave it at
joint
that.
went. But the switch tip was broken. The switches between select the pickups.
Sorry to butt in, but could it be
And
that
it was
the killer
loose.
targeted Saki-senpai
And then
in
I,
order to silence her?
Then I found that the tone knob was loose as well. Like it wasn't. It was both loose on the pot and the pot itself was loose. And then I went to adjust the truss rod to try and make sure, because it was having some fret
Should
buzz
get
on the
to
upper,
heart of the matter.
on the
Yikes.
lower frets on the.
Of course,
bass
we're also
side,
thinking
and,
along those lines. She was killed right after the announcer's body was
It was just
If the
like it
killer
was
trying to
frozen. It wouldn't
silence her,
work.
there might
I
have been
almost
something
bent the
at
truss
scene
tool
only
while
she
trying
would
to
have
make it work,
understood,
and
which would mean that the culprit may be someone close
that's
to
not
Miss
good.
Konishi.
So they sent me another,
Nothing
and
like
this
that
one
points
appears
to
to be
Miss
fine. I
Susan
haven't had a
Hiragi,
chance to
so-
plug it in yet
Oh,
because that was
I
what
might
I
have
was doing
stumbled
before I
across something.
jumped in the shower
Wait,
and came
you
on here.
listening to all that?
I did a
Crap,
little
me and my big mouth.
recording
Don't
of my
tell anyone I said
unboxing
any
of that, which will
Dojima-san
not be
will find me
available
alive.
to anybody except Sweetwater
Relax, kids.
if
The police are on the job.
if-
See ya.
a problem appears from this.
You were right, Yosuke. The police are
But,
totally useless.
Well, it's not that they're useless, Yukiko. It's just they happen to be duped by a violent sociopath.
Ah! My
Huh.
steak's getting cold!
Why weren't you eating,
That's-
you dumb broad?
That's thematically
Could you
relevant to
shut
the
up about the
boys.
steak for 5 seconds.
People being duped by a violent sociopath.
Yeah, except
Um,
Dachi, you could make a reasonable argument for why he's able to kill people. Meanwhile,
Homelander just kind of threatens people. Technically, Butcher...
Wow, this
could-
really is inside the
No,
TV.
Butcher's not a sociopath. He's just nuts sometimes.
It's Teddy.
Yeah, like when he
It wasn't
ran
a
over Translucent with his car.
Are you feeling better,
yeah,
Yuki-chan?
that is a certain
I
degree
did
of
what you
nuts, but
said.
that was also
I've
the
been
right
a
thing to
good
do given the
bear.
circumstances.
And meanwhile, and then also Huey
Oh,
ends
I
up killing him
see.
by shocking him
Good
with
boy.
that cord.
Well,
Oh,
this
that didn't
bear's
kill
part
him.
of the reason we want to find the culprit.
And I'm like, I have a question to ask about Translucent's powers.
I'm one of the group now,
So
too.
he has bulletproof
Let's work
skin,
together,
but
okay?
that's part of his that's part of why he has this bulletproof crystal skin thing that makes him go invisible, but
Yep.
he
I was thinking the same thing.
Let me guess. He's naked.
yes, as a matter of fact,
So his invisibility is one that doesn't turn his clothes invisible.
That's why
well,
I got these
just
ready
his
for you,
body.
Yuki-chan.
yes.
And Teddy hands Yukiko
Oh, so these
a
are
pair
what
of
everyone's
glasses.
wearing. Thank you, Teddy. You're right. It's just as if the
but
fact
yeah,
doesn't exist.
Hey, tell me something.
the
How come you have so many pairs of
the taser
glasses?
to the ass does not kill Translucent.
Excellent
Translucent dies later
Guess
on
what?
from
I'm the
something
one who makes them.
mostly unrelated.
I've lived here for a long time, so I came up with some ways to be comfortable here.
I see. But don't you need a pair?
Ooh, good point. Another great question. Listen to this. My eyes themselves are lenses.
I've emptied out the
You
residue of the
didn't know?
fuel. I can eat again and then go check out this derelict.
Of course not.
Why are you being so mean?
Yeah.
You act like you're not interested.
That was
I'm a
it
really
was
dexterous
interesting because that
bear.
was like
See how
the big damn
smoothly my
heroes
fingers
moment
move?
of the first episode, where it seemed almost
What
like
am I even looking at?
there wasn't gonna be
Ow!
anything else going on, and then Translucent showed up and it was
He
like,
dropped
holy
something.
shit, Invisible Man's here.
Oh,
And then
that's
he
a
was
pair I
like
kinda screwed up
beating
on.
Huey's ass, and then
Ooh.
and Butcher showed up and
Oh,
hit him with the
God.
car.
Oh god.
Yukiko? How do
And it was like, are we actually gonna be able to beat this guy? And then Huey, he hit him with the open electrical cords.
Alex, would you mind looking
That
at
was
my
what did it.
stream for a brief moment?
Yes, let me pause the game briefly. Oh, who's this?
I have many questions about why
It's-
Yukiko decided to wear this.
It's Yukiko Marks.
No, it's Amanda Winley's true form. Don't you know? What should I say? Looks great, it doesn't fit you, or it looks natural on you?
Say that it looks natural on her.
Awesome!
Do you like that one, Yuki-chan?
Apparently.
I want to wear this one. It's even got a nose guard.
Oh, no you don't!
How very unfortunate. That pair doesn't have the right lenses in. Guess I should have made an actual pair.
Aw, too bad.
Here, Chie, your turn. Man. Alright, fine. How'd it come to this?
Alex, how did it come to this? Now Chie's wearing the disguise.
That's a good question.
Oh wait, I should start the virtual camera. Yeah, now you can see it.
Also, I've been rewatching The Boys Season 1 recently, and I can't help but come to the conclusion that this season was completely written by the seat of Eric Kripke's pants, and he didn't give a shit, because there's a lot of stuff back in Season 1 that contradicts the things that happen later on, like when Starlight is being incredibly careful with her powers and not doing her best not to blind people and things like that. Like the fact,
glad that she's in high
if
spirits
she
again.
had accidentally blinded somebody during her first rescue, I kind of feel like that would have come up before now, that kind of thing. Like, oh, I don't know, maybe Billy would have brought it up when he was trying to get Huey to break up with Starlight.
This show is going down the shitter, isn't it?
The only two compelling things about it were Simon Pegg and
The fourth and
Homelander,
the fifth.
and Giancarlo Esposito, when he actually wound up being there. So I guess that's 3 things. But the point is the few things that this show has going for it that are quickly going away. There are 3 episodes left of this
What, you
season,
don't believe
and
me?
then there's another season on the way.
Always
Okay, not
canceled.
on the way immediately, but season
not
5 will
every year.
apparently be the last one, the very last one. And no, nothing else except for a second season of Gen V,
I know
and a bunch of other spin-offs. But you know,
Well, it might be. I'm sure
they're
it'll be
they're totally making fun of the MCU this time, guys. And it's like,
Well,
hey, the MCU
how
is
about
shit
you?
now.
Wanna
You know
come
how
on?
we keep doing all these reshoots? Yeah,
Oh,
we're
it's all good
we're making
together.
fun of that. You know how we keep
Looks like Nanako wants
you know
us
how
all
the
to go.
MCU keeps doing shit like
Let's bring boxed lunches.
like you know,
Yeah, but
like how
I
superhero
can't cook.
movies keep rebooting every 5 minutes. Yeah, we're totally making
Well,
fun of
look,
that. We're not
That's
not
what
doing that with you know, we're not technically rebooting in the universe as we're going by rewriting our own goddamn history. How do reboots even work in the Vought universe? Because, like, Tech Knight is there. Tech Knight is in that. Also, I want to bring up that I referenced Tech Knight as being Huey's favorite superhero, somewhat vaguely, in 2 Men in the Sky before Eric Kripke did it. So, I want to gloat there for a second. And I did that like 2 years ago too. No, well, like a year and a half ago. I can't remember when that chapter came out. Now the point being, dang, I did it first. God damn it! I don't get any credit for it because, you know, frankly, I just picked it out because he was one of the few characters that hadn't shown up yet, and I needed somebody who had a had a sort of vaguely defined character. But yeah, so Tech Knight showed up in Gen V. He's the man who wants to fuck anything. And his, he doesn't have his suit of armor the way he does in the comic, which is kind of unfortunate, because that's part of what made Tech Knight cool. He is instead a true crime reporter. And they say, well, it's been a whole year since our last movie. It's time for another reboot. And like I said, how do reboots work in that? Because the heroes are playing themselves in their movies, and which is interesting by itself, but you know, we'll get to that. And not only are the heroes playing themselves, like, all of this shit's public. Like, Vought can do what they want to try and cover it up, but, like, people already don't like the amount of reboots they see here. I have a feeling that if they were, like, rebooting actual historical events... Oh, recipe for vodka. Like, it would be almost unacceptable. Granted, people are genuinely fucking stupid, and Ridley Scott tried to rewrite actual history with the Napoleon film. It's like, oh, there's nothing saying that Napoleon didn't fire his cannons at the
Hey.
pyramids, except for the fact that Napoleon's explorations of the pyramids are some of the most thoroughly historically documented explorations before immediate modern times. But you're making a film, you're making art, you could ignore all you want. I'm Ridley Scott, I made Alien and Gladiator.
And that weird adaptation of the Ten Commandments.
And also, that one fucking thing, oh yeah, he's making a sequel to Gladiator. Have you seen,
Nope.
Okay, hey, so, apparently Russell Crowe is coming back, even though he died in the last one. And also,
Why?
it's going to have Joel from The Last of Us in it.
Why?
Not Troy Baker, but
I know.
life is good, but it could be better, man.
That's right.
No one likes you, Pedro Pascal. You are a
AKA
gigantic douchebag.
Yeah, aka fake Donald Trump.
The man who made the wall a reality.
I'm going to build a wall, and I'm going to make the Middle Easterners pay for it. Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal knows it, and he actually looks pretty good. The movie doesn't look that bad. Ridley Scott has done nothing but screw the pooch these days, though, so, I was actually
Alex,
looking forward to Napoleon, and then it turned into Incel the movie, which is funny because he was the emperor, and it's good to be the king. Other than that...
Hey.
Yeah, but, yeah. It's one of those things about The Boys that starts to strain credulity, kind of like the whole thing of Ryan's first save being scripted out by Vought, rather than just, I don't know, allowing the bulletproof child to do something impressive. They script a thing, and then Homelander shows up and fucks things up, and then he kills a guy, and Ryan, and is naturally upset about that because he's not as callous as Homelander, despite Homelander's best attempts at making a monster out of the little boy. The funny thing is, Homelander shows more of a conscience into the shit that he's done than Jeffrey Dean Morgan is doing for the stuff that he's trying to get Butcher to do, which is funny because Butcher was like the guy who had very little in the way of conscience for what he asked people to do. And that was one of the reasons why I brought up how he was always
See ya.
just on the verge of asking people to do terrible things.
Welcome home.
I don't know. Other than that, let's see, star map. I gotta go to Gleef. Oh, hang on. I have a package I need to drop off. Where does that need to go? Yas 3. Okay.
I earned lots of money.
Star map. Yas. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan has been doing a whole lot of nothing in this show, too, other than trying to get Butcher to be more of a monster. Which is kind of something that he doesn't want to do. Like, he keeps trying to find a better way, which is interesting, because you didn't think that was Butcher's way before. They still haven't... Incredibly unrealistic in that I think that, once Ezekiel, because Ezekiel, the gay mega preacher, hang on.
Ya da da, ya da da, ya da 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 da.
Well,
Hmm. Where is Marie?
And, yeah, so Jeffrey Dean Morgan's trying to get Butcher to be more of a monster.
what?
Butcher kind of doesn't want to be. He kind of wants to... What he really wants is to try and make things better before he dies, which is, I think, it's a good move for the character. It's not a good move for the end game of this series, because Homelander is moving towards the end game of the comic, and we don't have that really set up in terms of what Butcher is trying to do. Because in the end game of the comic, Homelander essentially, and this is not something that is influenced by recent events, semi-recent events at all. This was something, because the comic was from, like, 2006. This was something that this is something that Garth Ennis came up with a long time ago. So it essentially ends with Homelander attempting to take over the entire world, starting with the United States government. And Homelander is taking steps towards that becoming a reality in the show.
Yay.
But Butcher has like 6 months to live, and unless they come up with a solution real fucking quick, I have a feeling he's not gonna make it to Homelander storming the White House with the soups. And in fact, I have a feeling that he wouldn't be able to stand up to him anyways, because the only reason they were able to stand up to him in the comics was because they had Compound V. The boys were all on Compound V, like, permanently. They just had, like, enhanced super strength. They didn't have, the ability of flight. They didn't have the ability to,
Dad's late.
to do, shoot lasers out of their eyes or anything like that. Speaking of which, there is a new chapter of Brewing Storms, a Crisis on Two Earths out, that came out yesterday. If you are, if you want to go check that out.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
Our poor little sister was told some bad news.
He said to give you the phone.
Yeah. I kind of feel like,
He can't take those days off.
instead of Starlight going over and beating up fucking female redhead Alex Jones, I think it should have been...
Make sure you lock up before you go to sleep. And
Hi, FixBot. Service ship. What do I need to service my ship? My ship's fine, I think.
We can't just let it sit.
Adding a warp coil.
I'm the only one who can take over for him.
And added gloves. Improved air storage. Foreign matter filter. Let's see.
Would you mind comforting her for me?
Adding a warp coil is something I've been after for a long time, so I'm gonna go get my other upgrade unit and get that.
By the way,
it looks like they're trying to make the moves towards Homelander trying to take over the White House and getting the other heroes to back him up on that. And still nothing from Queen Maeve. Let's see. Yep, need more warp coil. Still nothing from Queen Maeve. She is apparently retired for good, as far as I can tell, with that, with whatever her name was. Don't know, trying to think here about what else has gone on, because it's been kind of a eventful week, and this hasn't exactly been in the forefront of my mind. Oh yeah, Wellister and I were talking about this over on... God damn it, there's nowhere to sell this shit.
Over on goddammit, there's nowhere to sell this shit.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so
you're
Wellister
home.
and I were talking about the boys
Hey,
during
if you're
our
free
Left 4
today,
Dead
wanna
stream
go somewhere?
on
Yukiko's coming
Saturday. And
How about you, Nanako-chan? Wanna come?
we wound up having some issues, some interesting little issues, wherein some fuckers were joining what was supposed to be a private game
I
and
can come?
shooting
Of
us,
course you can.
spamming the Steam chat, and then kicking us out of our own game after changing their names to ours. That was great. Valve, you need to fix your shit. Seriously, I need to find a place to sell
Why'd
this
you
stuff.
bring poor Nanako-chan to a place like this on Golden
But
Week?
Yosuke,
that was...
don't look at me. I'm not the one who suggested this place. This wouldn't really be my first pick. She
The irony,
said,
of course,
"I want
is
to."
not lost on me. If
She
I'd
said,
have picked that
"And every
larger
day is
platform,
great at
I
your
wouldn't.
Junes," and so I was like, "Okay, we're going to Junes."
Where else is there to go?
I mean, would you like to know, Yukiko? Oh, Chie?
I love Junes.
That's adorable.
I really need to get to a medical
Nanako-chan.
facility and get myself some help. Yeah, that was unfortunate. We wound up stopping and playing some Halo. And,
But
we had a...
supposed to go on a real trip somewhere.
We had to deal with a broken air conditioner. That was great. The new air conditioner, or that we were supposed to get Saturday, or they were supposed to install Saturday, and it was busted.
We were going to make boxed lunches.
Wow, you can make boxed lunches, Nanako-chan?
Why, yes, she can.
Yeah, I've done all the sector jobs here.
Oh, so you're the family cook? Pretty impressive, big bro.
Yes, for that.
Big bro.
Yes, Prime.
Whoa, you
Let's
can
go.
cook?
It won't
Well,
do
you do
anything
seem
but
to be
waste
great
my
with your
time.
hands.
Whatever.
Never mind.
I'm a pretty good
Struggling
cook
to
too,
come
you
up with
know?
things to talk about for
Probably.
once.
And so
If you'd asked, I would have.
I forget. Did we already talk about the drama that I ended up getting faced with?
That was... You talking about the Armart shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
Armarts is back. If those of you
Yeah.
who don't know, Armarts is an old bugbear of ours who shows up every now and again and then bitches at us about things. He's been bugging me on Twitter. He's been bitching at Kevin on Tumblr. I don't know
Yeah,
why he's on...
been-
Oh, I know
been
why he's on
bitching at-
Tumblr. It's because Brett promotes our... Damon Brett, the guy with the
Let me
Yusei
think
Fudo
about-
profile
no.
picture. He promotes our stuff over on Tumblr. And,
Yeah, and
I guess Armarts just has no fucking life and has decided
No.
to bitch
and
about
he's
us.
been told by Zero multiple times to stop, but he's not going to stop to the point where, or now he is using a picture of me that he has no permission to use as his profile on Tumblr, and has compared me to Chris Chan.
Well, he's been saying that I support like Fox News and Rupert Murdoch on Twitter, and I'm like, where the fuck did you get that conclusion? And is it because I don't espouse like
My, doth the lady protest too much?
strict party
Hey, I never
line
said I
hard
cooked.
left politics at every turn?
But I have this
And is
weird
that it?
feeling
Because like
like
that's
I'd
the
win
only thing I
anyway.
can think of.
Yeah, and he apparently
I can understand.
it's like apparently he also kind of dick rides voice actor, or is
Oh,
quite
yeah.
often, and to the point
The
where I'm
usual
just
Nanako-chan
like,
can
suspects.
be our judge.
where I'm like,
I bet Will makes.
dude,
I don't have a mom. She died in an accident.
Like, dude.
Well, the
Not
funny thing
as-
is, he always accuses us of being dick riders and the stuff he's talking about, and it's like, okay, shut the fuck up, dude. 90% of the time, I'm off doing my own thing, minding my own goddamn business, and then
He is not only
show up.
And he is not only
He's
insulted.
talking about how bad The Last Jedi was, and then he showed up and said that it was
Sorry.
literally. Let me pull this
didn't
up
know.
actually, because this was the lamest fucking retort that I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Let me see here. Bum. Scrolling down. Come on. Oh.
Even if I don't have a mom, I have Dad.
Oh,
with me.
hilarious. The account got deleted. That's great. So I can't find that,
He's a pussy.
that tweet. I think it might have been
He
because he
does
was viating Twitter terms of service, but
He
he
he's
replied
been
to
ban
me.
evading
I said,
for way too long a time. It's like
And now
like
I
you
have
get
a
on his
brother,
ass
too.
and he'll run away like a little bitch.
And,
and then he acts
Oh, yeah.
and it's
So,
like and
he's
he's been
here's the thing.
manipulating people, all using them. And guess what? Zero's also afraid that if he decides to finally disavow him as a friend, and guess what? Now he's gonna start
Yeah.
targeting him.
That's good.
Yeah.
This guy,
Frankly, I don't.
this guy does
I
not
don't give a
understand.
shit.
This guy does not understand that. It's like, look, you have beef with me. You keep it between us, and if I don't want to speak to you, then just stop it. And that doesn't give you the right to go after anybody that I'm associated with, especially my family member. And if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna press legal action against you.
Well, here's what he said. Okay, so I replied.
Yeah, we should hang
There's
out
this
more
post
often.
from Chris Wolfhard on Twitter. What's that quote
Come on,
from a
Monica,
writer
Chum.
that's
Let's go
like
get a
really
soda.
arrogant people get into a genre thinking they're hot shit and then recreate all the genre conventions that have existed for decades and are confused when nobody is impressed? And then I replied saying Ryan Johnson is the embodiment of this practice in both sci-fi and mystery because he is. Like, he has enshittified two of my all-time favorite genres of fiction in both the in both science fiction and you know, like I said, sci-fi and mystery. He started off in mystery movies. He made a couple of sci-fi films, and then he went back to mystery movies, and all of them are fucking ass. And I said, you know, Ryan Johnson is the embodiment of this practice, and then Armart's replied to me saying, "You're the embodiment of this practice." And it's like, you fucking kidding me, dude. I didn't know this was that guy at the time. I was let's see here. If I go to Yid, I can complete one of the jobs there, and then I should be able to go to Gleef. I can go to Twiggery. Yeah.
So his literal retort was "No, you."
Yeah, it was basically, it was a completely unrelated, thing, too. Oh.
Well, now I started.
So, Baby's Day Out, have you heard about that movie?
No.
Okay, so it's a movie about a baby's day out. So Patrick Reed Johnson and was the yeah, he was the director for the film. And he said 30 years ago on Twitter, he says 30 years ago today, Fox decided to open up us against a little animated movie from another studio. Oh, and if you want a hint about what that studio is, that studio will go on to be a rather large influence on the future of Fox in the next several years. The following Monday morning, a Fox VP called me to commiserate about the dismal opening and actually said, in all seriousness, Fuck. Who knew The Lion King was gonna be so huge?
Okay, then.
Everybody who's seen Baby's Day Out is now laughing hilariously, hysterically. Because Baby's Day Out is not what I'd call a terrible movie, but it's not great either. Sure as fuck ain't The Lion King, the highest grossing animated movie of all time, don't at me. Technically, yeah, adjusted for inflation, I believe it still is. But fuck the Lion King remake, as you'll well know from our commentary on it, and the YMS review, from which we got our hilarious sample for the soundboard from.
Yep.
I can't wait for more of that, but unfortunately, Adam's tendonitis has been causing him problems, and he hasn't been able to edit as much of the video as he'd like to, or as we would like to, but, you know, not gonna force a man to cripple himself to make entertainment for my sake. What am I, a professional wrestler? What am I, Vince McMahon?
Perhaps you are in disguise.
You're fired. One of these days, I'd like to do that in front of somebody who actually got to meet Vince McMahon, and maybe somebody related to him, and see what they thought.
So we're gonna practice our kung fu with Chie. Or would it be karate because we're in Japan? Alex, what do you think?
Karate, is it a striking art?
She kicks things.
Probably karate then.
I love how I could just boil down Chie's little thing to... Ooh, she kicks things.
Oh yeah, there's a new Hellboy movie coming out this year.
It's gonna suck.
I have no doubt about that, but, the interesting thing is, nobody knew that it was in production, nobody knew that it was filming, nobody knew who anybody was that was attached to this film until the announcement was made that the Hellboy movie was coming out. It's another reboot. Not connected to the David Arbor movie, thankfully.
Nor is it connected.
Not that...
Nor is it connected to the Guillermo del Toro movies.
You know, the infinitely superior Guillermo del Toro movies and also the animated films. Remember when people were complaining, he was like, oh, Mike Mignola invented Hellboy, it wasn't Guillermo del Toro. It was like, Mike Mignola wrote for both of the Hellboy movies. Those two movies are really good. Like, it's not just a matter of like, people think that he was responsible for it. It's like, the fact that Hellboy 1 and 2 were really good overrides everything. Yeah, Hellboy 2 was an all-original story. It was an all-original story written by Mike Mignola.
And it actually adds to the overall mythos.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good movie. Both of them are really good. I can only say that so many times, but like the fact that they went to the lengths that they did with those films will always make them by far and away better than just about any of the other Hellboy movies that could have followed. And yeah, Ron Perlman's getting up there. Yeah, we can't really do all the make it animated. They already made 2 animated Hellboy movies. They were pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and in tune with the
hell, do it stop motion. Del Toro's getting big into stop motion these days.
Yep. And by the way, Alex, in tandem with the earlier discussion on Mr. Mart's arts, I had to tell the artist that I usually commission to block and record his as that they try if he tries anything.
Oh yeah. Well, that guy. Considering he was like shit posting in completely unrelated material. Well, not like shit posting in terms of like the funny kind, but like posting shit in my comments section and for unrelated things. You know, yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Well,
But
because
anyway,
like,
let's move
like
on.
you want to try and say like targeted harassment. The fact that he was not fucking going away is kind of
How many
more
days is he
targeted
gonna call in
harassment
sick? These
than
rookies lately
anything else,
sure
and he
are.
is like he was persistent. But yeah, let's go ahead and move
Monaco.
swiftly onwards
I'm sorry I broke my promise again.
because we have more interesting things to talk about.
And his friends
Yep.
played with me instead.
So,
See? Thanks.
So how do you feel about the Sonic Shadow generation? It's based on what Choctopus was able to record, which was
What's in it?
Well, it looks pretty fucking good, and I can't goddamn wait.
You know, the weird thing is that when I saw like IGN and whatnot on gameplay of it, they changed the music
Good eye.
for
Well,
the Space Colony stage that's played in the demo. Oh, which in that one it was supposed to be
A t-shirt.
the final Rush theme from Sonic Adventure 2.
That could just be like a placeholder
Took me a while
that they
to decide
changed
what
for
to
the
get You like it?
Yeah,
for the
but
demo. Oh, because
but-
demos don't always have final
yeah, but
music in them.
yeah, but here's the
There's a
thing.
picture on the front.
And
That's so funny.
And it actually felt like a recomposition of the final Rush theme in Sonic Adventure 2, whereas as the theme that
cool.
at IGN and whatnot used was the theme for the stage The
Don't
Arc
mention
from Shadow the Hedgehog, and it wasn't complete. It wasn't new music.
I thought
it was
you might need one soon.
It was the same tune from the game.
Well then, let's
Huh.
eat.
Okay.
So Sonic had also seen Inside Out 2.
Huh.
Our buddy.
Is it any good?
He said it was as good as the first movie. A B+ he gave it.
I'll have to check it out eventually. It's on my list, along with the Chris Pratt and Tom Holland Troll movie, I think. I
That-
have that. I picked it up on clearance.
That just sounds like a terrible idea.
Onward, that's what it's called. Did you see that there's apparently a third Superman suit in Superman? Oh, god damn it.
Why am I not surprised in the slightest?
So there's the one they used for the promo, then there's the one that they're using in filming.
Yo! Damn it,
Both
I
of
just fixed this
those
thing.
have
It's making...
the silly little trunks on them
Huh?
that
Hey, by the way,
I was kind of hoping we could have moved beyond, but
Keep in
I'm
mind
sorry
that
about
that
we're
day.
never going
Now,
to move
guess-
on
after
from
hanging
that.
out with Nanako-chan,
yeah. Guess
feel
what
even stronger
the
that we have to
the
solve this
set
case.
pics of this new suit don't have.
yeah.
Trunks.
You know, Chie and Yukiko seem different lately.
Oh
closer.
my fucking god.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I was
weird.
just
It's
curious,
really
what
fucking
are you-
weird. This movie must have cost like
The roads are much
$500 million with as
Well,
much bullshit as is going on in it. I don't get it.
What's...
It seems like there's way too much, and apparently there's. Did you read the plot synopsis?
Yes.
Okay, actually, let me pull that up real quick.
Basically,
'Cause
James Gunn
it-
is doing Man of Steel and BVS,
BVS put together.
but with his his coat of paint.
Why do the holidays have to end so fast?
No, I'm not asking
At
for the
least they were
plot summary
peaceful.
of Superman the movie. I'm asking for the plot summary of James Gunn's.
I listened in on the housewives
James Gunn
gossiping at
Superman
Juness, but it doesn't
summary.
seem like anything happened. And I haven't heard anything
In the
about
film,
someone
Superman's
disappearing
journey to
suddenly
reconcile
either.
his alien heritage with his human family is explored, kind of like what
Do you
happened in
think
Man of
Yukiko
Steel.
could have been the last of the victims?
I don't know. But we shouldn't relax as long as the culprit remains at large.
Okay, so
I wonder, will someone
Superman
show
has
up
been
on TV
active
again
for a
if it
couple of
rains?
years.
If we
I
only
thought
knew
this
a
was
little
supposed
more
to be an
about who the
origin
killer
movie,
might
James
be.
Gunn,
Yeah.
and is struggling to reconcile his human upbringing with his Kryptonian heritage. I thought this was supposed to be different from Man of Steel, James Gunn.
It's no good fretting over
Other
it now.
superheroes
If someone
are
does
edgy
show
and
up
kill
on the
when
Midnight
necessary.
Channel, then we'll
You mean like
deal with it.
Superman does?
It's
in
supposed to
every
start
iteration.
raining soon, but I hope this weather holds through next week. You know, midterms.
You had to go and
Anyways,
bring that up.
let's see.
I don't want to think about it.
Superman is an outcast among them for his optimism and no-kill rule. Superman doesn't have a no-kill rule. He hasn't had a Superman. Superman has not had a no-kill rule since the Silver Age, and even then, it was completely inconsistent. They only ever declared it occasionally, and it was, like I said, dramatically inconsistent. Because of course the Silver Age is the Silver Age led into the era where General Zod wound up getting killed for the first time.
Go over some of the material with you.
Other than that,
that's right.
yeah,
Yukiko's ranked at the
it's
top
just
on every
this
exam.
is kind of a pointless creation of conflict here. You know how much I hate pointless conflicts when we could just be having superhero stories. Go watch our Young Justice commentaries to find out more about that. And ultimately inspires them to change their ways. So it's Batman v Superman.
Yep.
Lex Luthor is a war profiteering on an armed conflict in a foreign nation called Jahanpuria. Jahanpuria. Let me Google this and make sure that I'm, not pronouncing this right. Oh!
Huh?
Jahanpurians are a powerful extraterrestrial species originating from the planet Jahanpur.
What was that for? I'm just asking you to help me study.
One of 3 planets that orbited the sun Rao, in addition to Krypton, Daxam. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were talking about studying.
Ancient secluded land run by Rama Khan. Is it on Earth? It was on New Earth.
Thought it might have been.
Yes, it was on Earth. So the Arrowverse fucked me in my attempt to find out more about this. Thank you, Greg Berlanti, for your just absolute rigid adherence to canon continuity when you fucking feel like it, which is almost never. But yeah, so Jahanpur is one of those obscure lands from DC, so James Gunn is doing a better job than the Arrowverse did, which isn't a high bar to clear, but whatever. Lex Luthor is war profiteering on an armed conflict in a foreign nation, so it's Batman v Superman. Superman intervenes in the conflict, so it's Batman v Superman. And the US government deploys a clone created by Luthor, or dubbed Ultraman, to arrest him. Ultraman deteriorates into Bizarro. Well, that ain't how that fucking works, and also, Ultraman, as we've seen, he looks like fucking Black Noir from the
Boys.
From the Boys comics and the Boys TV show. But, you know,
You're the one who made it sound creepy
anyways,
and wrong. Lessons, huh?
Superman and his super friends, oh dear god, must stop him, while Lois Lane and the Daily Planet staff work to expose Luthor for his crimes. So it's Batman v Superman. The movie reportedly ends with Superman revealing his secret identity to Lois, so it's Man of Steel. Except not really. Luthor avoiding repercussions for his crimes. so it's a fucking shitty comic book, and announcing he is running for president, so it's a slightly less shitty comic book, and Supergirl arriving on Earth, plus other DCU setups like the Engineer getting recruited into the Authority, along with all of the other fucking characters this goddamn movie has. Oh, looks like you're on the right planet, Captain. Time to get you a briefing. The ship that stole the Nyaffles was supposed to have touched down on this planet not too long ago. Now, considering I've been fucking around for like 3 weeks now, I'm glad. It appears that the alien threat is no more keen on staying on the ball than I am. Reports of a prison camp being constructed. Safe to assume it'll be guarded. It's just occurred to me that I should have told you to bring weapons. Consider this a recon mission, and if you do run into trouble, try threatening to sue. Well, that is definitely what a lawyer would say. Right, so now I have a teddy bear and my wacko wife to back me up in this situation. And, you know, considering how things tend to go around here, I have a feeling that she's going to be the one to stick with. Because she appears to be able to breathe in space.
Oh, hello, Nanako. Are you here to watch us do some karate?
I wonder how much screaming at people is going to be in this Superman film that James Gunn is making. People who should otherwise not be screaming at each other, I mean. Oh no. This is a bad thing. I hope this is ketchup. Because after all, Magu says, oh no, somebody spilled a whole bunch of cranberry juice. Well, that would have to be it, because blood doesn't dry red. If it's red like this, well then it has to be, oh, it's the monsters. Identify yourself. Explain your actions. Identify yourself first, though. Yes, please do.
Well,
and now, oh, apparently, the prisoners have been abducted, and, I swear I'm not trying to tread on your toes, Carl. Bum 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 bum. Sounds like the Battlefield theme. They're under amalgam protection now, so drop this whole matter and get back to my day job. Excuse me. Hey, Guys! Excuse me. Do you mind explaining what's going on? Bro, I don't know what the fuck just happened. Apparently the fucking Federation doesn't like me or some shit. What else is new? This must be an episode of Firefly.
You know, I sometimes like to, speaking of federations, I often like to sometimes refer to Samus as an independent contractor for the Galactic Federation, because that's the only group of people that will hire her, and the group, and the only group of people that Samus takes jobs from.
Night.
Because the thing is like, Samus is supposed to be a bounty hunter, but the thing is, I feel like that's more of a title for her than anything else.
Yeah, she doesn't really do a lot of bounty hunting. She mostly just takes down on bad guys. Yeah. I prefer not to say how I learned about what happened for liability reasons. Can't expect a lead to just drop into our lap. Hello, I would like to drop a lead onto your lap. Thank you, Deep Throat. I'm happy to see that you survived your crushing in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Don't remind me.
Meet me at the bar in Kleiner 2, and maybe we can help each other out. Yeah, it's more impressive the fact that he managed to have to survive that happening like 6 or 7 times.
Hey, Chie, it was the greatest punches version for 980 yen. If I knew then, I'd just replaced it instead of buying you grilled steak.
This is clearly getting closer.
Relax,
Huh?
Chie. It's not
What
as
are you,
bad
scared of a little lightning?
as the
Quiet, you!
thunderstorm we
I'd be a goner
had a
if even
couple
one of
nights
those
ago.
things hit me.
You're freaking out way. Come on, shouldn't weather like this help with your kung fu training? A bolt of lightning would hit and it'd give you the inspiration for a new move. There was a scene like that in your DVD, wasn't there?
You jerk! You don't even care how I feel!
Chie.
If lightning has to strike someone, let it be this guy!
Huh? Is this a blackout?
That's what you get for saying
Apparently.
that stuff, Chie. Looks like I better hurry up and head to work. Depending on how produce sells today, I might get a little bonus in my pay for the week. This weather may keep customers away, but I gotta do my best if I'm gonna save up for a motorcycle. It's from my manager. Hello?
Yosuke-kun? Some of the power in the store is out after that lightning strike. Could you come in early today? All the refrigerated shelves have stopped running. It's looking like we'll have to close up the produce section early today.
Wait, what? But my pay!
Anyway, I need you here to help deal with this mess. I'm counting on you.
Gonna leave this
Goodbye.
package in the galley and hope
Wait.
nobody gets ketchup on it.
What are you looking at me for?
Why did this have to happen?
Hey, Yukiko, can we just go home?
No.
Chie, do you know this story? A girl forgot her homework.
Tourist flyer
so she
for
snuck
Tyke
into
2.
school in the middle of the night, but she suddenly needed to use the bathroom. She ventured into the girls' room where all the lights were off. No one should have been there, but in the mirror...
She saw the ghost in the shell.
Hold it right there! What are you talking about?
Huh? It's a ghost story. I thought you liked them.
Oh yeah.
Why tell it now?
I've heard that the new Gurren Lagann 4Ks, not only did Aniplex of America reauthor the Japanese discs rather than just reusing them, because they now include
just having us
subtitles
court
for
you
the
back home,
Japanese
Chie?
commentary track,
Are you
so they
funny?
officially have no excuse for
Well,
being
yeah,
as stupid
with
as
how
they
freaked out
goddamn
you
are.
can you...
I mean, they never did, but, you
The
know.
power's back! Come on, Yukiko, let's go home!
They also didn't encrypt the first dub disc.
Explain to me. Hey, what that mean? Explain.
Okay, so in order to rip a movie from 4K Blu-ray to your hard drive, you have to have an access key for it in a specific drive. Now, most of the time, that's, you know, the specific drive part isn't entirely necessary, but you need to have the key to get the thing.
Okay.
This is as far as I know. I'm not an expert on this aspect of movie ripping. Because
So
I'm
is that
mostly
so?
ripped from...
So am I to assume that this is a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing for us. It's not a good thing for them, because it means that they're incompetent. They either reused an existing encryption key from a different disk, or... Because a buddy of mine put the disk
Listen
into his
to my voice.
drive and used a program called MakeMKV
My shouting,
on it, and he was
bellowing
just gonna
words.
try and get the
Here I am, pouring my
decryption
blood into
hash
my
sorted.
words, yelling at the very edge of the world.
But, wound up,
I am the little mermaid,
the whole movie
unable to return.
wound up dumping.
The little mermaid.
So that they
fated
just
to
didn't
fall.
encode it with the right
Little
key, or
mermaid.
they didn't use a key. Which is embarrassing for them. Almost as embarrassing as them having two different discs for dub and sub, despite the fact that they could have just shaved a little bit of bitrate off the video, considering it is a 2D animated project and they don't need a lot of bitrate at H.265 to look good.
By the way, speaking of which, of course, the incompetent dipshits at Crunchyroll all all the order that I ended up making by mistake.
Oh yeah.
And now, they're telling me, oh, send an invoice or send an image of it, and we'll send you a blah blah blah, so that you can get it refunded. And I'm like, at this point, I shouldn't bother.
Well, yeah, as long as you did, yeah, and you ordered from Robert's Anime Corner store was where you were trying to get it from.
Thankfully,
right?
that canceled my order.
Yeah.
And gave me a full refund.
Yeah, that's the most honest I've ever seen Bob, because he is a fucking lunatic. Like, oh my god. So let me tell my Robert's Anime Corner store story. Complete with my story also about how I was unable to get hold of a copy of Samurai Pizza Cats on Blu-ray. So, Samurai Pizza Cats was the first show that was ever released on standard definition Blu-ray, which is SD files on a 50 gigabyte disc, so that you can store more stuff on a disc and have better encoding standards than the DVD does. And that went out of print a little while ago, so I was trying to figure out where I could get myself a copy. Rex was the only place I could get it from. And, I ordered that and a copy of the Darkstalkers OVA from him. It was like 5-10 bucks cheaper than it was going to be to get it somewhere else, so I figured, hey, whatever. I'll get it from here. Then he canceled my order. And, let's see. Let me see those trues as. I don't care, really. There's nothing here that particularly enthralling. Now I look like Hulk Hogan crossed with Andrew WK. Which is kind of what I look like in real life. Uh-huh. But seriously, oh, warp fuel. I need that. Yeah, Bob canceled my order. Then he listed it up on his eBay page. My,
Let's head home.
Yeah, and I sent him a message saying, hey, what gives? Said you didn't have any more of these. And I see, like, 6 copies, I think it was, available on his eBay store, and then he said, well, I acquired these after I canceled your order, or these were required at a higher price, so I couldn't fulfill it. And I was like, bull fucking shit, Bob. Go to hell, you fucking scalper. Who pretends to be a legitimate retailer and purveyor of anime goods.
They said today is Mother's Day. My teacher told us that's a day when you give your mom flowers.
That's fun.
I don't have a mom, so
that was a waste of time. He did refund my money, but I would have far preferred to have my copy of Samurai Pizza Cats. And Darkstalkers, obviously, but,
Okay, my teacher said they were pretty. I wonder if Dad will be happy.
Never let it be
to
said
get
he
them.
took somebody's money without them willingly parting with it, I guess. As far as I know.
You should make a flower too, big bro. Then we can celebrate Mother's Day together.
Yeah.
We did it!
Neato. Alright, now then. Oh, I already finished reading Beginner Fishing.
I hope this is an easy job.
I hope a lot of things are easy, like a Sunday morning.
Alright. Everything's offline. Now I'm not losing oxygen, that's great.
By the way,
The biscuit machine. Yes, the biscuit machine is back.
By the way, August 16th and 17th, I'm going to be attending Terrificon again.
Oh, cool.
Which, by the way, a certain hater is going to be there.
Ooh, pray tell.
You might know him as a guy with a voice that we often imitate.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
A guy whose voice we often imitate that also causes damage to one's vocal cords.
Oh, that hater. I thought we were talking about like a metaphorical hater, not like somebody who's David hater. Yeah.
Yep. I actually asked him.
Apparently his version of X-Men was supposed to be set in the present day rather than the 80s. I wonder what that would have turned out like.
So, I find it interesting how David Hayter also has I actually asked him, I'm like, so was the were the voice clips for
It's finally over.
for the upcoming Metal Gear Solid 3 remake
What a load off.
new voice
I
clips,
bet
or
every
were
student feels like
they
this after exams
the
are
old
over.
ones?
Yeah, I think he was. I don't think he wound up recording anything new for that. I think that was mostly the tutorial voices were re-recorded.
That referred to in the sentence?
Because stupidly, Sony and Microsoft have changed a bunch of their buttons.
I put her sorrowful expression.
Oh, crap. Then I got it wrong. I put the rice cakes on top of the table.
Rice cakes?
I'm not missing out on the free experience points.
Is that what the story was about?
All right. I'm giving up on composition. I'm gonna bet it all on geography.
GA, if you bet it all on geography, I have some bad news to tell you.
What did you choose for the tallest mountain in the solar system? Seriously? I chose the wrong one!
Oh, I put that one too.
Whoa, you two? And it's probably the right answer. Boy, I can't wait for our grades to be posted out in the hall where everyone can see them. Jeez.
Now,
Hey,
Alex,
did
this
you
wasn't
hear?
the first
A
time
TV
where
station's filming here in town.
Johnny Young Bosch has voiced a smarter student, and then Yuri Lowenthal voiced a dumbass.
They're probably just
I can
doing more
imagine.
stuff about that hanging corpse case.
In Bleach, Bosch was Ichigo, who was in the top 20 of his class, as well Yuri Lowenthal voiced Keigo, who was not even in the top 20.
Not bad. You know the highway nearby? They're gonna cover
And he
those biker
considered
gangs that
both
hang around
Ichigo
there.
and Yasutaro Sato
A
traitors.
friend of mine goes to the biker meeting sometimes. I heard it from him.
Dude, what are you doing hanging out with a guy in a biker gang?
Biker gangs
Well,
in
anyways,
your
what do you
neighborhood.
think about tomorrow's group blind date? We were gonna meet outside, but it's gonna rain
We're
soon.
bikers, we're bikers, we're
Wouldn't it
bikers,
be
we're
better to play it
bikers.
safe tomorrow too.
Biker gang?
Oh,
Which,
yeah.
by the way, that's a reference to
They
the
raise a
Hi-Am
ruckus
Daisy
from time to
comic.
time. I get.
We live right by the road. The noise can drive you insane.
I hear some guys at this school are part of it too.
Yeah.
You should ask him if
I know
anybody
there's
ever
some
gets
rumors
him to
about a
do
first-year student here
lines from
who's a total hellraiser.
Hi-Am Daisy comic.
or the MGS abridged.
One of the guys
I don't
working at
even
Jeunesse
think he knows
said the
Lord
dude's been a
Quadros'
legend ever
version
since middle school.
exists.
Yeah, it's not as
Although
apocalyptically
was he in a biker gang?
popular as TFS or
Lord
You gave the
Quadros
Bridge
was
series.
in Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Yeah.
Did you say he was
He
a
voiced
legend?
Princess Snake and one rando Namekian.
It's not what you
The
think.
Princess Snake voice being Solid Snake was hilarious.
What do my magnificent breasts tip you off? Nothing. Are you hungry? Hey, oh, I could eat anything. Me too. What? Nothing. Hey, are you? Nothing. Hey, I killed everything here with the bare hands, including the bare hands. Everything with my bare hands. Including the bare hands. It's a pawn. Oh, I can't believe you took all this stuff down yourself. I want to take you down. What? Nothing. Then get in the hot tub. Ah, this feels so nice. Not as nice
That
as
episode
your
was
ass.
so fucked up in the actual show, you know? Like, the snake had actually eaten Goku and was trying to digest him at that point. Granted, it is filler, so you know it's not gonna happen. But Jesus Christ, I was not expecting Vor in Dragon Ball, you know?
Geekdom ended up talking quite a bit about that episode once. And Fran had shared it to me, which, speaking of which, happy birthday, Fran.
Happy birthday, Fran.
So, he told me, Geekdom was just, like, talking about how weird some of that episode was, and then I'm like, oh, then there's the TFS version, which added on to the innuendos. Oh, this was nice and all, but I gotta get to King Kai's place. No. First, you must pass a test of endurance. What's that mean? It means I want you inside me. What? You'll see. Ah! Total separation.
Oh, Senpai.
Stop chasing me! Stop grunting! It's creepy! Waka 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 waka. Oh! Yeah! Waka 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 waka. And then it's like, boy, it sure is glad that I was able to get away from her. Princess Snake? Princess Snake! Princess Snake! Dun 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 dun.
Goodbye.
Welcome back.
And so, Alex, you remember when I was when we were talking about how he basically turned Trigon into Trigun.
Trigun the Terrible, yes.
So, interestingly...
I remember that stupid joke I made, yeah.
So, interestingly enough, you weren't the first one to make that joke.
I'm glad.
That was in the Teen Titans abridgment of the 03 series, when Raven name drops Trigon in the abridgment of Nevermore. Beast Boy immediately assumes it was Vash the Stampede. And I'm like, Gar, I hate to tell you this, but that's not at all how that is. And then it's just like and it's just I'm trying to think.
That is the quickest job I've ever seen, but no thank you, I'm going to help myself to your biscuits.
What kind of biscuits?
Sure there is.
Oh, and also in that episode, Piccolo discovered that Gohan can turn into a giant gorilla.
Yeah.
Wait, that form, that power. Everyone in Gohan's race can become a giant gorilla. If he destroys the planet, what'll be left for me?
That's one of my favorite lines.
Fucking
if he destroys the planet, what'll be left for me?
And then he just looks up at the moon and he's like, "Stop mocking me!" Weirdly enough, when they were talking about that episode on the TFS on the little TFS retrospective things that they've been doing, things for some reason, it's like for some reason, and they end up talking about how, well, Lanny said is that he didn't actually.
This oops.
Didn't actually what now?
They didn't actually really have a intention for why that joke was a thing.
Sometimes you don't.
Sorry.
Sometimes you just write down random shit and it's funny.
Yeah.
Some people put too much thought into this stuff, then like you just gotta roll with the punches.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, you know, you guys really, you don't have to put that much thought into it. You just, you know.
Yeah. If it's funny.
I feel like it's kind of one of those non sequiturs. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah.
See ya.
Well, I've done that plenty, where it's like I'm trying to figure out what to put somewhere, and I
mean,
say,
hell,
just
I
comes
showed
to
you.
mind, and if it's funny and it works, it works.
Recklessly riding their motorcycles.
Oh, in other news, biker gangs in your neighborhood.
Our special report took a turn for the violent when one of the apparent leaders attacked the camera crew. The hell are you punks doing here?
Hi, Kanji.
That voice.
This ain't a show. Get bent.
So, a lot of people have been speculating about Kanji to the point where I'm just like, guys, he's not gay.
Well, I know
he
him
just
through
likes
work.
cute things.
His name's
He's just
Kanji
insecure
Tatsumi.
about it.
He's quite a handful. He's been crushing biker gangs in the area since middle school.
That's his whole shtick in a nutshell, Alex.
I believe it.
He got into a high school and started attending class.
I just don't like how people have been incredibly disingenuous about Kanji as a character. They're doing that with him and Naoto.
Man, that
it's
blur
stereotypical
sure is
as
completely
fuck.
obvious who it is.
Like, you want to try and break gender
guy's
stereotypes?
family runs a
Don't
historic
try to
textile
make
shop.
the guy who likes cute shit
I think
gay.
what happened was he
You know?
crushed the local
Or
bikers
Oh,
all
it's
by
queer
himself
baiting.
because the
It's
noise
queer
kept his
coded.
mother
No, it's
up at
fucking
night.
not.
It's a nice gesture, but
Grow up.
way too
I
far.
swear to God, I swear to
this
God, there's
rate-
going to be a lot of negative
the
things
weather
if they
report's
ever
showing on the
inevitably
bottom.
remake
It's
Persona
going to
4,
rain
or like
tomorrow.
they did with Persona
I'll
3.
make sure to hang the laundry inside the house.
So, because keep in
Go
mind,
through the red weed or go through the fucking bullshit.
Because keep in mind, Persona 3, a real.
Whoa,
While it has
started
some
raining.
interesting
Guess the
slice of
weather
life
report was right.
improvements, the issue is that, and it's like it feels
That
like
means the
a
show's
heavily
probably gonna be on
watered
tonight.
down version of the original game.
I hope we don't see anyone.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
that'd be best.
Persona 3 has
If we
had
do,
like
maybe we'll see some
4
kind of clue
major
that can point
updates
us toward the
since the
killer.
original,
Yep,
and they didn't
Persona-
include any of that.
They had Persona 3 Fez, which is supposed to be an updated re-release of Persona 3, with some added content as well as the answer, or which wasn't added in Reload until DLC.
Well, everyone, don't forget to check your TV tonight.
And then, of course,
Got it?
or they also, there was also the Persona 3 portable content, which lets you choose between a male and a female protagonist, thus changing up the social links and whatnot. But then of course, there was the whole then there was the whole thing with the fact that the entirety of the voice cast has got changed, except weirdly enough, not entirely, since Yuri Lowenthal, Tara Platt, Michelle Ruff, of Grant George, Liam O'Brien, and whatnot do all still play roles in there. It's just not the.
They don't play the same roles.
Yeah. They don't really play roles that fit them all too well.
I was just about to call your cell. So what do you think? I wish I could tell what he looked like. Let's get together and talk more about it tomorrow.
Like, Yuri, he has a great voice, but I don't think he's a good dad voice.
Not really. His voice sounds a little too youthful.
Yeah.
We will now hold a meeting on our
He sounds
investigation
more
of
like
the
a
serial
young
kidnapping
adult.
slash murder case
He
here
sounds
in
like a
Ina.
teenager to a young adult.
Dude, take a breath.
He could probably make it sound
Oh,
right, but
and does that make
you
this
know.
place our special headquarters?
I
voice
mean,
direction is everything.
I mean,
Yes,
hell,
exactly.
it's
Nicely
still
put
funny
together.
how he was able to act through a French accent in
Special
the Helsing
headquarters.
Ultimate dub.
That
Yeah.
does have a nice.
Anyways, as
Like,
for what
that's
was on
kind
last
of
night,
like that show gave me one of my favorite Yuri Lowenthal voice through Pip
I thought
Bernadotte.
too. I couldn't get a good view
Indeed.
of the person's face, but,
But
it was
I
a
just
guy,
can't
wasn't it?
imagine him voicing an actual father. I mean, I'm sure he is
So
one
that's how
on
I
in
looked
real
on
life.
TV.
From what I could tell.
I'd
Didn't all the victims have one thing in common?
have to
That
look
they were
at it.
females
And
with
I
ties to
And the
first
thing is,
have
cousin.
no
like-
idea if he has kids or if he's married or
that's
what.
what we thought.
He is
but yeah.
married to. He is married. Tara Platt is his wife.
But we still
Oh,
don't know
okay.
who exactly we saw.
In my
Now,
case, the image
the
on the
thing
Midnight
is
Channel
that-
changed after I was kidnapped, right?
I feel like looking at all the
The screen got
performances that
clear
I've
all of a
seen
sudden,
of
and the
Persona
program looked like
3
some
Reload,
low-budget TV show.
I feel like Alex Lee definitely was the best out
Come
of
to
all
think
of
of it,
them,
maybe Teddy was right. Maybe
and
we were
everybody
seeing
else
the
was
other
just
Yukiko from that
painfully.
world.
But last night, we couldn't clearly see whoever it was. Could that
But then again,
mean
at the very least, Alex
he isn't
Lee
inside the
only
TV
had to
yet?
play like 2 or 3
If
characters.
So, then
like he does the like he does the grunts for the protagonist as well as naming off the personas, but he's also Pharos and Ryuji or the Ryoji.
Okay.
If we can figure out who he
And-
is, can we prevent
and at
him
the
from
very
being
least,
taken?
Yes, I did it kind of like his deliveries as the Nyx avatar,
And if
or
all
which
goes
is what
well, we might
Ryoji
catch the killer in
transforms
the bargain.
into at the end of the game.
But to do that, we need to know who
Okay.
the latest Midnight Channel star is.
And yes, he does say all of the arcana is the means by which all is revealed
I hate to
lines.
say it, but I guess we'll have to wait
Okay,
another
then.
night and see what happens.
I'm like, we have two different flavor. No wait, we have three different flavors of this. We have
Well,
we have the original
that means
Seiyu,
if my
we have Yuri
deductions are
Lowenthal, and then we
correct.
have Alex
Though the
Lee.
image was hard to make out, and we can't say for sure who it was definitely a young male.
It was a young male who's buff, muscular, or has
But if that's
and
the
tells
case,
us to
it
get
goes
vents.
entirely against our prior assumptions. Since we cannot identify the
So,
person at
do
this
you
time,
know
we have no
why
choice
the
but to
Midnight
wait and
Channel
see
is
what
a
happens.
thing in this game?
No.
Exactly what we just said.
Do you care for spoilers?
Not sure.
It's gonna be a long while before I get to the end of this game.
What's up?
Okay, so there is this being called Izanami no Okami, based off of the, mythological figure of the same name, who ends up
Not again.
who ends up kind of fueling the fog that covers up Inaba in the Shadow World every so often, and the Midnight Channel is of her own creation to get people curious about certain things
This is
because
how
she wants to
Yukiko really
study
is, huh?
humanity and
Who'da
whatnot.
By the way, about that
Oh,
guy you
well,
saw,
the drink machine.
he's been
Clay, the
feeling
drink
like seeing
machine,
him
is now
before.
talking to me.
Oh God! And
Pretty recently,
Apparently,
too.
he's a spy. Disguised as a drink machine.
and Izanami.
Oh, you too?
Or no, he literally is a
thinking the
vending
same thing
machine.
since last
And
night.
he's an AI that has taken control of this vending machine to talk to me. That's hilarious.
And essentially, the Midnight Channel, it takes it, and essentially, the
Let's check
Midnight
the TV
Channel
again tonight and
is
think about it more tomorrow.
basically, rather the TV world is made from the hearts of the entire populace of Inaba. So basically, anybody could have a bizarre world inside of the TV.
When are you
That's
gonna
kind of
stop that, you
also
crazy
feeling into the
hyena?
cosmology of Shin Megami Tensei as a whole. Well, and it's kind of why Versus Battle Wiki has a lot of these characters as listed as insanely powerful as they are.
Welcome back.
And Izanami Okami, ultimately, as I said, is mostly just an observer. And she also gives people the power to go inside of the TV. Which is
Oh,
what
by the way,
she
Clay the
did.
vending machine just said that he wants us to go rescue our people, and he gave us the information we need to do that by posing as the ship from as the space shuttle Tidarium from Star Wars. Jesus fucking Christ, and that all he wants is to share the information in a way that the Federation doesn't find out about.
Right.
Did you see that?
Ooh, the vending machine. I was hiding my boogers behind that.
So too. I knew I saw him somewhere.
Anyway,
He was
so
on TV. He was on that special news report.
so ultimately,
He's one scary dude.
so
He was even
Izanami no
yelling at the camera and
Okami,
getting
who
bent.
ends up posing as a gas station attendant that you see every so often,
So we finally have a lead.
and
Oh yeah, I remember
he
that.
imbu-
I remember that. Hearing about that.
she imbues the
Oh, I almost
power
forgot.
or of
It's kind of off
traversing
subject,
inside
but
of the
as long as you're on the line,
TV world
mind if I ask
to
something?
not only our protagonists, but also Toru Adachi and Taro Namatame.
It's something I've been meaning to ask for a while.
3 very important characters to
So,
this game.
what do you think about Yukiko and Chie? I mean, let's not mince words. Which one's your type?
Yosuke, is
Friendship
now
level up with Mago.
Yosuke, is now really a good time to ask me who's my preference in waifus?
Kinda harsh, don't you think?
Seriously, Yosuke, you need to get your priorities
I kinda
straight.
understand. They're great girls, but you saw their ugly sides right off, and I guess your first impression is the one that sticks.
And ultimately,
Hey,
when
worry.
a person is placed inside of the TV world, the ugly side of them is showcased to people. That's why we saw in the castle, Yukiko is very promiscuous, if you will.
The one who was on last night. It's that guy, right?
Whereas
Kanji Tatsumi, huh?
whereas
didn't look
the
like the social
dungeon
type.
we're going to be going to, because
There
of
is an
how
understatement.
Kanji is often
Scary?
mistaken
Did you
for
see the news
gay.
special the other day?
And the ugly side of him is essentially
Yeah, I
a
saw it.
sauna
You mean the special on biker gangs?
with one of the catchiest tunes in this entire game.
It wasn't like that.
That's
when he was younger,
interesting.
though.
Yeah.
You know him, Yukiko?
And
But we haven't talked to each other in a long time.
the next one we're going to get to may get us demonetized.
His family runs a textile
It's
shop, and we've
Rise's
been a customer
dungeon.
of theirs for many years.
Oh.
So I speak with Kanji
Didn't mean to
Kun's
do
mother
that.
from
I was
time
trying to
time.
align that.
Rise's dungeon essentially is a striptease bar
Why don't we go there now? We might be able to talk to him in person.
with poles everywhere. And we see the shadow.
Sounds good. At the very least, we can
And we
see anything strange has come
And
up.
we see the shadow.
I wouldn't want to
And we
run
see
into
the
him
shadow
right
of
now,
this
but I'm pretty
underage
sure he
girl
won't fly off the
will
handle
do
of his
amateur
store.
pole dancing maneuvers.
All right, then let's get going.
Amateur pole dancers tend to not do very good and then injure themselves.
If things get rough, we're counting on you guys.
Yeah, but it's more like she's trying too hard to seduce people.
Oh, you tried so hard, you got so far, but in the end, it didn't really matter, did it?
Hey, it's a lady who looks like a dude.
Yuki-chan,
I got
it's
my
so
song
nice to see you.
backwards. Hang on.
Well then, if you'll excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, god damn it.
I'm sorry
Hello,
that I couldn't help
Naoto
more.
Shirogane.
It's all right. You've given me plenty to think
I'm
about.
sure we'll get to your thing sooner or later. Naoto's tomboy, you dipshits. Not a trans. Get over it.
Bap! Ow!
What's up with him, weirdo?
Never seen him before.
Side thruster not receiving power.
Yuki-chan,
Big
You
old
guys
crack of
were-
fucking
lovely as
hole.
always.
You guys were all that easily fooled by a
Your
woman
features
trying
are
to
starting
sound
to remind
masculine.
me of your mother when she was young. How can I
Oh
help
yeah, I
you
recently
today?
saw one
Are
of
you out
those
shopping with your friends?
drawings where she's like, "I'm a woman, see?" It flashes tits.
Oh, well, actually.
I love this counter beam.
Scarf.
You've seen it before,
I've seen
right?
this somewhere
It's just a
before.
drawing. A drawing of what? A fictional fucking character. Says Weevil Underwood before
you're
throwing
right.
the
Where
cards
was
off
that?
the deck.
Say goodbye to
It's that
Exodia.
place inside the TV!
That's right. That room with those faceless posters. Then it's that announcer's.
Are you acquaintances of Miss Yamano?
Well, I mean, not really, but we
Did
did
Miss
heard of
Yamano
her.
happen to have a scarf like this?
Yes. It was a special order she placed. She
Karen
actually
Strassman
ordered a pair,
plays quite a few
but
characters
in, the
in this
she
game.
said she only wanted the woman's scarf. It left us
That's
with
always
no choice
nice.
but to sell this one separately.
Yep.
Oh man, there is a connection to the first case. What are we gonna do?
Though she's still my favorite voice of, Aegis from Persona 3.
How should I know?
Hello? Delivery here for the Tatsumis.
Oh,
I swear,
I'll
Troy
be right
Baker has
there.
also voiced a number of
I'm
characters in this game.
Oh, it's okay.
Huh.
We should get going.
I'll come again, ma'am.
Is that so? Well then, please say hello to your mother for me.
It really is connected to the first case after all.
Somehow.
But it's just a scarf. Would the killer target someone just because of that?
You never know.
Damn it, what's going on?
You never know. You never know.
Come on, let's talk outside.
It's Kanji-kun.
Quick, we need to hide.
Quick, hide!
You're not fooling anyone, you know.
Shh, I can't hear what they're saying.
Tomorrow's fine with me. Huh? School. Of course I'm going to school.
Then I'll meet you at the gates after school tomorrow.
Did he say he was interested?
Even Kanji was fooled.
He's a guy. And I'm a guy, but he's interested in me?
You two go swimming, and then suddenly you see a pair of boobs. You're like, what the fuck? He's gonna have that same reaction that Chris Griffin did that one episode of Family Guy.
What episode was that?
It was the episode where the Griffins had to move away because a guy was going after Chris, and Chris ended up hanging out with this one chick whom he thought was a guy until they decided to go swimming one day, and he found
On
out
TV
that
last night
he was a
definitely
she.
Kanji-kun.
Huh.
Yeah, and I just realized something. Remember the common points we were talking about? His mom fits the pattern. She's a woman, and she knew Ms. Yamano. But it was her son who appeared on TV. So what does that mean?
It means all of you were curious about Kanji.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like based on the TV image. But his mother fits the pattern more than he does.
So, in case you're wondering, how does one of the guys I listed, which was Taro Namatame, fit into this? He's the guy that's been stuffing our party members into the TV.
If you think about it, my
Oh.
mother fit the victim profile more than I did.
He had, because of what happened to Mayumi Yamano, he was manipulated into believing
She was the one who
that
dealt directly with Miss Yamano.
that he
I
should
was the one who
save
was
them
targeted.
thanks to Adachi.
Does that
He's-
mean it'll be the kid
Adachi's
then
like, hey,
instead
you
of
should
mother?
totally save them.
But if that's true, then the killer's
And
motive makes no sense at all.
we'll be seeing more of that
Did it have
later
nothing
on.
to do with silencing witnesses or revenge or anything?
You think we're on the wrong track? Maybe even the first case had nothing to do with grudges or revenge.
What?
Or is there some kind of secret in the
That was
textile
weird.
shop
I
itself?
tried to throw it when I was trying to put it in the fuel tank.
I'm totally lost.
You know, before this game, my dumbass did not know
But we can't
what
ignore this.
textiles were, or in that, and I'm like, oh.
Why don't we just go ahead and ask Kanji himself? We could at least see
I was
if
a
anything
very
odd's happened
dumb,
lately. It
person.
scares the wits out of me, but
Hey, wasn't Kanji making plans with that weird kid a moment ago?
That weird kid being the girl with the biggest rack among this party. I'm not joking, by the
Something
way.
about meeting up at school?
I believe it.
I heard he's been skipping school ever since the new year started.
Yeah, something did seem weird. It's suspicious, all right. There's something funny going on here. I can sense it.
Can you now, Chie?
Sense? You sound like Teddy. Still, we might find some clues. All right.
Let's
try staking out both Kanji
credits
and
and a
his
recipe
store.
for eggnog.
We definitely don't want the killer getting ahead of us. That being said,
By the
Yukiko, can I have your
way,
cell number?
Hey, was this your plan all
so,
along?
I did meet
no.
Troy. I
got
did tell you
everybody's
when I
phone
met
number except for
Troy
hers.
Baker at Kineticon, right?
Yes, I believe so.
I
And the Y
genuinely
section
could
of
not
my address
believe he
book
was
needs some filling out.
really tall.
While we're on
Yeah.
the subject,
Like,
could
he
you
is a
stop calling
tall
me at night
son of a
just
gun.
to tell dirty jokes? You really sound like a pervert.
GA, shut the fuck up and realize that this is a case. This is part of the case. We kind of need to
I'm trying to have a
actually
conversation with
contact each
Yukiko
other.
here.
This is why I kind of prefer Persona 5. I've little chemistry with their team. Because guess what? Nobody was bitching at each other about the goddamn phone numbers.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to buy tofu on my way home.
Oh, she didn't hear a word I said.
Okay then, the stakeout is set for tomorrow. Stakeouts? Tailing people? I'm getting goosebumps.
And unfortunately, because I can't do anything at home, I gotta go to bed again. Because I gotta rest early. Come on, game. Don't be a bitch.
Quit harshing my vibe,
Has the
bro.
target arrived at school?
Yes, ma'am. Visual ID confirmed.
God fucking damn it.
Target arrived in zone near the end of his mess break, with mother-issued rations in hand. Current status, in the bathroom, fixing his hair. The target was acting nervous. I left my position before he had a chance to pick on me.
Yosuke, I have several questions.
I wonder what kind of plans they made. It didn't seem like he knew that boy very well.
Well, I think there's something more subtle. Oh, he's here.
You know, when all four of you are in the exact same spot on as one another, you kind of make it blatantly obvious that you're stalking them.
No, I just got here too.
I would think maybe at least a couple of you would hide behind the column over there, or at least hide behind that wall. All in a crouched position.
What in the world was that?
Anyways, we gotta hurry after them or we'll lose them.
Okay, then let's split up into two groups. One team will follow Kanji, and the other will stake out the shop.
Roger that. How should we split the teams?
All right. Hey, Yosuke, Chie. Hey, you two. Ugo. You know what? I want to pair up with Chie.
Of course this one's
you,
like this.
You leave Yukiko with Yosuke? That worries me, for other reasons.
Fuck you. I don't want to be left alone with her.
Out of sight. Come on, Yosuke!
So I'm pairing up with Chie?
Me every time Teddy Bear threatens to leave me alone with my wife.
Alright, we'll need to pretend we're on a date to make it look natural.
Oh, boy.
Not in a million years.
Come back here, Pooh Bear.
No need for that if we stay out of sight. Sheesh. Let's hurry up and go.
I'm not getting away from this crazy woman that easily.
I wonder if those two will be all right.
I know I'm not alright. Because I'm with you.
Oh, that leaves us in charge of staking out the textile shop. So, shall we?
Fine, I guess I'll go along with you, you dumb bitch.
Sorry about the wait. This one's for you.
Thank you.
Everything seems fine at the shop. I hope it stays that way. Do you think the culprit will come?
Fine, don't worry, I'll protect you.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
They're
I'm
sending
counting
an
on
nearest
you.
person out here. Interesting.
It would be scary if the culprit did
Oh,
show up.
hello, you have unique art.
But if they do, I'll do what I can to help you catch them. You all saved my life. I don't want to be the only one doing nothing. I mean, I'm sure there's something I can do.
Don't
You've been
worry
awarded
about it.
10 Oneirus points.
Sorry, I went on and on without realizing.
Get to work on
I
what?
guess I'm a little nervous. I've never chatted with a boy my age like this before. Chie, of course, has no problem getting
You
along
and your
with
ship are
guys
now the
because of her
property of the
personality.
Oneirus Corporation. What?
But I think she's had more fun hanging out with you and Yosuke lately. The same is true for me.
Well.
And now I just started the Priestess social link. Yay!
I guess we found our other crewmate.
Hey, be thankful you're actually...
By walking through the door, you agreed to the contract. This is based on a joke that Yahtzee and Gabe told during one of their Let's Drown Outs about Scientology.
If you want, I can't always answer since I help out around the inn. But feel free to call anytime.
No, I don't actually have to do what you tell me, right?
Let's keep in mind, Alex, that the numerous
I have
jokes
this many
we've made
commendation
about
points. That makes me the field supervisor.
About Scientology.
By what? Yes. By what measure? I appear to be the one who has
Alex,
the ship and pilots the ship, yes?
Look at my stream.
No.
Just look at the way that they are positioned. Does that not look suggestive at all?
A little bit. They're also not hiding very well. They're kind of incredibly obvious.
Yeah. I'm like, Yosuke, please, Yosuke or Chie, please reposition yourself so you don't look like you're doing each other doggy style.
Yeah, we definitely stand out.
No! Really? You don't say! Next you're gonna tell me that you two look suggestive.
I get this weird feeling about them.
Weird? What about them's weird?
I don't know how to put it.
GA.
Maybe it's just my imagination.
Stop.
Hey, how do you think the others are doing?
Beats me. For all
Oh,
we know,
thank
he's
God,
hitting on
Yosuke
Yukiko
got
as we
out of
speak.
the weird position.
Yeah, no. He's not like you. Yukiko doesn't seem to be interested in that stuff anyway. Wait, are you saying he's interested in her?
Huh? I wouldn't know.
Except you would, because you called me, you dumbass!
We don't really talk about that kind of stuff.
Bullshit! I have text messages, and I will show them to you. To her. Look at what he texted me. Look at it! Look at it! I want you to look at it!
Now I'm even more suspicious. You know something.
Okay, I'll look
don't
at
you?
it. Jesus Christ.
I seriously don't know. It's not like we've been hanging out that long.
Yosuke, you texted me your nudes on accident. And I had to ask you, were you intending to send that to a woman? And he said, yes? How were you going to send it to? You're not with anybody. I'll delete that message now. Yeah, that's what I thought.
What the hell are you two doing?
Oh, hi, Kanji.
Oh, well, you see, we're...
You say
we're
it, I
just
like
two crazy
dudes.
lovebirds.
What do you mean, bird?
GA, just go along with it, dipshit.
Play along, bird brain.
Didn't I see you guys yesterday?
No.
Come on. It just so happened that we were walking behind you guys.
My wife is happy that I am now employed. Technically, I was already employed, but, you know.
Hey, our houses are just over that way, so we'll be going now.
Look, we weren't planning on getting in you guys' way, and there's Nothing strange about it either.
GA, shut the fuck up.
Strange.
Why can't you keep your big mouth shut?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Yosuke.
Whoa, wait. Damn it! This ain't what you think. You got it all wrong.
We're not exactly helping your case, Kanji, by aggressively chasing them.
Hey, are you listening, damn it? It seriously ain't like that.
Is he on the hunt and after you?
I don't know.
We regret to inform that our mission failed.
Yeah, thanks a bunch.
There was nowhere to hide.
Oh, shit.
Well, let's wait here a little longer. Maybe Kanji-kun will come home.
Yeah.
Huh? What are you guys
Speak of the
doing here?
devil, and he shall appear.
You're those stupid lovebirds I just saw.
Lovebirds, huh? Were you making kissy faces, Yosuke? Please tell me you were. I wish to know all the details.
We're not a couple!
Shippers tend to disagree with that notion.
Why are you assholes following me around? Damn it, what the hell's going on?
Well, we all know what shippers can do.
I ain't saying this is you guys' fault, but damn it.
Go fuck
Hey,
themselves.
mind if we ask something? Has anything strange happened to you lately?
Huh? Strange?
You saying I like dudes?
It's this strange stuff, huh? Are you saying that I'm strange?
Huh? No.
Aaron Hansen actually voice acted in the comic dub for that.
Shitheads better get the hell out of
I
my
managed
face.
to get
I'm
some
taking
use
you
out
down.
of that old clip of
Wait, why?
If Benzai was gay
I look like I'm
from
joking.
back in the day.
Yosuke, you dumbass.
Hey, my name's Benzai, and you know how I'm always kissing guys. I got the Boogaloo flu, doing the dudes. It's called AIDS, semantics anyway.
Well, nothing happened today, so I guess everything's okay. But it's already
Yeah.
been a few days since he appeared on the Midnight Channel. If this is anything like Yukiko's
I
case,
used it in
it'll happen
reply to
soon.
Milo Yiannopoulos when he was being irritating on Twitter,
Then we can't let our guard down. I think we should come back tomorrow to check up
which
on
is
him.
all the time now that he's back.
Looks like we got no choice. Let's go home.
Looks like we gotta wait for Kanji to get kidnapped.
Oh, welcome home, big bro.
Let's go find out where Kanji is in the Midnight Channel. Let me guess, he got kidnapped, didn't he?
He was kidnapped by ninjas!
No, what happened and was that he was just walking down the street one day, and then all of a sudden a ninja appeared! And then a Nazi showed up! And then a
That's a
pots and
reference to
pans
something I should
robot
know.
just appeared. Destroy. Destroy.
When I spoke to Kanji-kun's mother,
You
I
haven't...
definitely should know this.
Please tell me you've watched Family Guy.
she told me that he left the house and hasn't
I've
returned
watched Family
since.
Guy, but it's been a very long time.
That was the episode when and Quagmire got married to the maid that Peter ended up having for a week. And then he decided he didn't want on any part of the relationship anymore, since that meant he had to be committed to her. And you know how Quagmire is.
Yeah, kind of like how when Bender went through all the trouble of legalizing homosexual marriage, and then he realized that meant monogamy.
Then we'll know for sure if something happened to Kanji-kun
Yep.
or not.
And then, and of course,
I'll make sure to check out the TV at midnight. Talk to you later.
and then of course, when Quagmire tried to break up with her, she went crazy.
Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely.
Alright.
Reactor temp critical.
We're going to watch the Midnight Channel. Let's see what we see on TV. I don't think I'm gonna like what I am witnessing here. Oh my. Suddenly it's starting to get very steamy.
Actor temp normal. Thank you.
Oh, hello.
Hello, dear viewers. It's time for Bad Bathhouse.
Alex, why is it suddenly
What?
getting steamy in here?
Are you in a steam room, perhaps?
No.
Tonight I'll introduce a superb sight for those searching for sublime love that surpasses the separation of the sexes. I'm your host, Kanji Tatsumi, serving you this scandalously
God
special
fucking
sneak-
damn it, this red weed is everywhere.
You know, I'm somewhat thankful for the fact that YouTube doesn't demonetize for man nudity.
Goodness gracious, just
Yeah.
imagine the things that might happen to me there.
Because we'd be definitely getting demonetized right now.
Well then, let's get this show on the road. Toodaloo!
For fuck's sake.
Okay then. Hey,
Teddy bear, please help me.
I did see the whole thing, Yosuke. Would you like a copy? I have it on tape. That's a bit from the Persona 4 animation.
I've heard that the Persona animes aren't that great.
The first Persona 4 anime is actually pretty alright. But from Golden onward, yeah, they suck.
What in the world was that?
Oh, jeez. I don't know how to tell you this.
And they're
Alex.
incredibly overpriced because they're Aniplex productions.
Damn it, it's just what we
Yep,
were afraid of.
and I have more bad news, Alex.
What?
Well, I'm getting attacked.
If only we'd
By
held our ground
ninjas?
and stayed there a little longer.
No. If it
Darn.
were if I didn't know if it were a ninja, I didn't know ninjas had slobber.
Oh, hello.
Oh
Woof
god.
woof.
No! No! No!
I can hear it this time.
No! No!
In any case, that place that was behind him, what do you think it is?
You just stood there and watched. This
A
is a waking
superb sight for
nightmare.
those searching for sublime love?
No, it's
I
not.
just don't get it. Anyways, we better
This
hurry
might
and
be
come
some
up with
kind
a
of
plan
heaven.
tomorrow.
What do you mean it's some kind of heaven? Well, anyway, we just heard that Kanji just got kidnapped. So we're gonna have to go to Teddy, aren't we?
Given the pattern so far,
Yes.
Kanji's already inside the TV.
Joy.
I wonder what the Midnight Channel really is.
It's inside everybody's minds.
At first, I thought it was one of those paranormal things, but when I gave it a try, it was real. Turns out it's actually connected to another world.
If there's a rumor going around, that means a bunch of people are watching it.
How did the rumor go? If you stare into a turned-off TV on a rainy night.
No one in their right mind would try something that
Fine.
ridiculous, don't you think? Unless someone urged them to.
I wanted
if
to
you
see what the
actually
inside
try,
of your
it
ship
does
was
work.
like and maybe get some
And not
food
just
for helping
once.
you, but, you know,
If this rumor spreads and everyone starts watching the Midnight Channel,
if I run out of stamina out here, that's
Could
your
cause a
fault.
huge panic.
if Teddy is right, the missing people themselves create the stuff we see. So it's not random.
Huh. Yukiko had a show too, but she doesn't remember doing anything like that.
Ooh,
this might be a
Trading
little
Post
off
has
subject, but
upgrade
culprit is
units for
probably watching
sale.
the shows that
That's
come
good
on,
to
right?
know.
No doubt. He's probably sitting back and enjoying. Oh, wait a sec. I bet he is enjoying it. He's probably laughing his head off watching the show that comes on after he throws people into the TV!
Adachi just sits there, with popcorn, or in a Slurpee cup from 7-Eleven that is labeled malicious intentions.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Ugh. Now when I think of the killer, I get this image of a total sicko. I want to see everything about you, Yuki-chan.
Did the killer, in fact, look like this? Shows a picture of Adachi.
Oh, Wait, so if people saw Yukiko's show, do you think people were watching what happened to me too?
Chie, do you even need to ask that question?
Oh, that is it! That killer is dead meat! I'm gonna leave footprints all over his face!
You know, people would actually pay for you to do that, Chie.
Pay to do what?
Put footprints onto their faces.
First we save
Oh my
Kanji,
God.
then we crush the killer.
Quentin Tarantino, we found somebody who will do very good business with you.
Tarantino will just sit there as Chie removes her shoes. It was as per his orders. And then he's like, okay, you may step on me. We make very interesting jokes on here.
Well, if we didn't, we wouldn't have anything else to pass the time with.
Yep.
I know.
It's a shame the next two shows I'm not gonna have you around.
That's actually kind of changed, but, yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I was going to be going out of town for a couple of weeks soon. It turns out it's not going to be as soon, hypothetically.
Oh, yep. I
So,
think someone's here.
I'm still going to be around for a little bit, but I'll be out of town for 2 weeks after that.
You think? Do you know where he is?
A little while down the line.
I don't know.
We'll figure out the exact details later.
We think it's a boy named Kanji.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
Well, I sniff and I sniff, but I still can't tell where the smell comes from.
Aren't you thinking too much about too many things?
God damn it, it's like they're fucking seeking me out.
You really are and how long you've been here. Your head's
Looks like
empty to begin
blood
with, dude.
running down my screen, like in the Modern Warfare games.
Right.
So, Alex.
Whoa.
Here's some tedium. Here's some tedium we gotta go through for
If you can't figure out where Kanji
Persona
is,
4.
we're in deep trouble. We can't just wander around
Now,
aimlessly in a place like this.
Now, since unlike Yukiko, where at least two of our party members, or one of our party members actually knew her very well.
Do you have anything that could give me a good
unfortunately, none of us really know Kanji too well.
Yeah, it's not like we know him that well.
So, we gotta go do some fetch quests.
Why don't we ask around and find
Of
people
course.
who know Kanji Kun personally?
This is something we gotta do for every single one of our party members up to Naoto. I know, it's retarded.
Look at that render underneath the windshield.
Alright, we talked to.
How is that rendered
Kanji's
underneath
mother.
that?
Let's go. Alright. Let's go back to the school.
And now we can re-engage, hopefully with slightly less red weed this time. It's not that it makes you high, it's just that it makes your ship incredibly slow. Somehow. Nope.
This song,
Damn it.
let me tell you something, Alex. This song felt like it was going to live rent-free in my skull after I played this game.
Is that a bad thing?
Considering the only words that most people can make out from it are your affection over and over again. Yes. I can say that without any hint of hesitation on my part.
Got prime loot here.
Alright, since we can't do any more of the fetch quest until tomorrow, we're gonna go to the shrine and talk to the fantastical Mr. Fox, who may or may not be voiced by George Clooney.
That movie is underappreciated.
I agree.
We should watch it one of these days.
Yes! So I think when Sonic 3 is about to release on home video, we should do the Sonic movies.
Yeah.
So in case
we should also do Beverly Hills Cop 3 before Beverly Hills Cop 4 comes out.
Which is when?
Soon.
Welcome back.
I'd have to look at it, but it's... For some reason, Netflix isn't releasing it to theaters. Like, they're just refusing, which is bizarre to me. Because I have no doubt in my mind, especially considering how well Bad Boys 4 did, that another Beverly Hills Cop movie would do really well.
One benefit to being the big brother in this game is the fact that your little sister is adorable.
Alright, I have just enough stamina to get here, and get on back on the ship. Yes! I'm dying out here, guys.
Oh, that one panda user on Twitter ended up sharing to me a video of how the guy who goes
or
the guy who has the name
Pandas and Vidya?
Panda Lover.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He shared to me a video of how Kabuto fumbled the war, which was the Fourth Great Ninja War. And the thing is that the Akatsuki were going to go into that war with only Tobi, Kisame, and Zetsu left. To which I'm like, oh my god. Alright, walking down the stairs. Let's go talk to Miss Sopue.
Now grab the Oniris device.
You gotta do more fetch questing.
I've got to do the opposite of fetch questing.
Hey, Naoto, let's talk. I gotta get a Hierophant person.
I'm gonna eat a banana.
Hello, Margaret. And thus starts one of the most tedious side quests in the game.
Urgent,
So Margaret embodies the Empress Arcana.
Your fate. There must be meaning
And
in meeting
I don't
her
know what
alone.
that means.
And her quest is essentially
Welcome
get
to
certain
I Am
persona
Margaret.
with
I am the one
certain
who rules over power.
skills, and you will level
You
up
may
your
be the-
socialing
the
with
velvet
her.
room is
Thankfully,
the shape
all
of
the
the room and
personas
its
that I
residents
need
are
for
selected.
her side
Shall we
quest are
chat?
registered, or from my previous
I
run
feel
of
that
this
is what I'm
game.
called to do.
Cool.
So, once I get to a point where I can grind up a huge amount of money, I'm gonna try to sweep through that as soon as possible. You only get to start this side quest when your knowledge is up at a certain level.
Now my oxygen is critical. Well, not critical, but going down. But at least I have multiple oxygen filters. I need to install something for that.
Now she wants Ippon Andatara with Sukakaja. But we're going in there to get a Hierophant persona right now.
You know, if you're gonna hang around my fucking ship, the least you could do is keep it goddamn clean. You stupid crew members. I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon here.
Yeah, same here.
Because we're coming to a certain point in the game. I don't know what that certain point is.
I'm
I just
gonna
know that I'm hungry and need to go eat.
I'm gonna go help my Kohai with her self-esteem issues.
Come on, guys. There we go. Trading post in Clinea. Okay, I think this is the one. Yeah, whatever. We're almost here, even if it's not. I can't remember what the trading post symbol is.
I'm so
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Welcome back.
Got 30,000 yen from Dojima. Hey,
$300. Nice. Well, not $300 right now.
let's chat.
Hey.
Let's see. Well, I've been working. Tell me about yourself. I remember the Hi-Am Daisy comic for Dojima is very Interesting. He's like, hey, I'm making coffee. How do you take yours? Black? Oh, don't try to sound tough, you sissy. Cream? Oh, coming right up, madam. Cream and sugar? What are you, Nanako?
Daddy, I want it black.
Surprise me?
Night.
Dojima! Hey, Dojima! Remember when your wife got run over by a car? And nobody ate dinner that night.
I remember seeing that.
Alright. I guess I'll wrap it up for tonight. So we're gonna continue Persona 4 or Golden later. I know we didn't get any dungeon crawling done, but who gives a shit? But here's the thing. I will be doing more Persona 4 or Golden after Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. So until then, I will see you laters. Alex, what about you?
Bye, everybody.